Going to FD? FD, you said?
Yes, their practice entrance.
Today?
We get about guard.
Worry about this?
Give me a minute.
Okay. Go ahead, save me
Yeah,
money.
ready to go.
Yes. Yes.
Did we start? Okay. Call the meeting to order for the Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District, regular board meeting. Today is Wednesday, March 18, 2026, and the time is 4:09 p.m. We are conducting it in person as well as online, at the University of Guam's College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, room 202. Yvonne, do you mind doing the roll call?
Sure. Chairperson Michael Uggan,
Present?
Vice Chairperson Glenn Takai. He'll be in.
Yeah, he's not here, but he
Shortly.
messaged that he will be coming in late.
Okay. District Director Dr. Glenn Dula,
Present.
District Director Martha Tenorio,
Present.
District Director Yvonne Manglotnia, present. Okay, so-
Quorum.
We do have a quorum, so we can proceed with the
All right,
the
so-
staff and
District Administrator Erica Alvarez.
President.
Conservation Planner Madeline Flores. Project Director Geraldine Datwin.
Present.
Project Program Support Specialist Daleen Pangilinan.
President.
Conservation Associate Jonathan Borja.
Present.
Oh, there's so I'd like to acknowledge Vice Chairperson Glenn Takai.
present.
Okay, thank you. And then moving forward or moving back to the staff. Roll call, UOG Technical Advisor Mark Acosta. Okay, he is absent. Resource Technician Ken Uggan.
Present.
GIS Specialist Janelle Sayama.
She's on leave.
On the, Communication Specialist, John Borja.
Present.
Intern, is it Haley? Haley or Hallie? Hallie Heinrich.
She's.
Okay, and intern Eric Delphin Jr.
Present.
All right. Welcome, everyone.
That's
Okay.
a lot.
Right. Wow, so we got a full board today. That's nice to see. Thank you, guys. Thank you, staff. Moving on to approval of the meeting minutes from January 28th, 26 meeting.
I move for the approval of the meeting minutes from the November 26th, 2025 meeting,
Jan,
or November,
January.
oh, sorry, January. Where were we looking at? Okay,
This is.
oh, I'm in the wrong book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Were you-
January 28th, 2026, sorry, everybody.
I second.
okay, anybody have any
So
input
it's the
as
same
far as
date,
the
but different
minutes?
Any inputs? No.
Nothing? Okay, so moved, thank you. Moving on to. Or did we do the agenda? I'm sorry, the
Oh.
backtrack, acceptance of the agenda.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, not yet.
I know.
Get a motion to accept the agenda.
I move to accept the agenda.
Thank you. Second,
Not second.
okay. Any comments, inputs, or objections? None? So move. Thank you. Moving on back down to number 4, treasurer's report.
Okay. So this month's treasurer's report provides a summary of the district's financial position and the key updates on improvements to our financial management system. So in the financial snapshot for January 1st to March 12th, 2026, in this reporting period, the district has recorded a total income of $703, total expenses at $80,376, with a net position of $28,672. And this actually reflects a temporary deficit due to the timing of the program expenditures, including travel, staffing, and program implementation. As far as the account balances in the checking, there is $70,757. In the feral swine account, we have $4,445.05, and in the savings account, $1.20. The district maintains available operating funds and continues to manage cash flow to support ongoing programs. As far as financial management improvements, this is part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen internal systems and accountability. And so the district is working closely with its bookkeeper in order to improve financial processes. And this includes training and refinement of reporting and documentation practices. And some of those key improvements include condensed and standardized budget categories aligned with operations, strengthened expense documentation such as receipts, invoices, disbursement records, implementation of a disbursement tracking system for stipends and reimbursements, standardized check memo descriptions for accurate categorization, and also the separation of salaries and payroll related expenses for clearer reporting. So these efforts are intended to ensure that our district remains organized, transparent, and we are audit ready as operations continue to grow, which is really exciting, all of those positives. The proposed fiscal year 2026 budget amendment, the proposal amended budget is based on actual expenditures to date for first and second quarter and the projected cost for the remainder of our fiscal year. The key adjustments include increase in training travel to reflect actual program participation, the reallocation within salaries, contractual services, and miscellaneous, as well as adjustments to supplies and operational costs based on program needs. The total budget remains unchanged at $281,390, or I read that wrong. $281,390, with funds reallocated to better reflect actual operations and the remaining projected funds of approximately $94,294 will support operations through the remainder of the fiscal year. And so in summary, overall, the district remains in a stable financial position with expenditures reflecting active program delivery and strategic investment. Ongoing improvements to financial systems will continue to strengthen accountability and the reporting of our finances. And that would be it. Would you like to add anything more to that, Erin?
No.
I just want to, yeah, it's really cool to have the bookkeeping in effect.
Yes, we're at the second quarter, almost coming up to the end, and we did recruit the services of the bookkeeper of late last year, June or July timeframe. So it was really nice to align. I know I feel like that's the theme of the word of the couple past months, but just to see how we can improve the way we report out our financials and keep track of our financials. And as new projects come to the table, we're able to see right away how we can adjust each budget category
And
to
not to mention just always being audit ready.
audit ready
With
as
the
a big thing.
transparency of our funding, spending.
A lot of changes, it's a learning curve, but it feels good to know that we are getting to that point where we have a really strong financial accounting system of our books.
Okay, so first, we need a motion to accept the treasury report.
I'll move to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Second,
I second.
okay, any objections, inputs, or anything? None, so moved. So the second motion is the proposed budget amendment, but has everybody had a chance to review that and they're good to go, everything? The changes?
I just want to note that there is a 5% cushion, if you will, or reserve that we placed in addition to the proposed amendment. It's about 13,000, just so we have that as a kind of rainy day or just to have in case of unforeseen expenses through. But in total, it still equals up to the same approved budget that we received for this FY.
How come the project director here is at zero?
Because that has been funded by a grant
Oh,
source.
outside?
Yes.
Oh, you, okay.
So a lot of, even for our conservation outreach production and as well as even our stewardship and education program,
Mhm.
there are activities that are being supported through our grant.
Right.
Okay, so whenever we have those-
Reflect on this, the
Yeah.
budget.
So basically, all of these are not grant stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That's all district contribution or district funded
And
expenses
from the general fund.
from the general.
Also, yeah, in that Southern Technical Assistance Program, zero, then proposed 10.
Okay,
Oh, there's the 5% reserve, yeah?
are we good? So can make a motion to accept the proposed amendments?
Yep, I'll move to accept this proposed budget with those amendments presented.
Okay, second,
A second.
okay, any inputs on that? Objections? None, so moved. Thank you, Martha, for the report.
Thank
And
you.
Erica. Moving on. Administrator report, Erica?
Okay, did everyone bring their, you got your Cinnabons?
No, I saw some over there out there though. Oh, there's some.
Yeah.
Thank
Help
you.
yourself.
Just don't
No
tell.
one, no one's eating.
Don't tell. Supposed to be eating sugar.
So I put together the administrator's report, for this board meeting. I'll cover our district operations or mandates. I'll dive in a little bit to the status of our grant funded projects. I'll spend some time talking about, the Pacific region meeting and then other internal coordination that we have going on. So starting off with our mandates, you were presented the FY 2026 budget amendment that we prepared and now it is passed. Continuing to work with our bookkeeping service to improve financial tracking, reporting and accountability.
Also, you'll see that we've submitted the FY 2027 budget successfully on March 2nd to the University of Guam, in which all the directors were provided a copy of that. So thank you to our treasurer and as well as Dr. Dula for providing the input there to help refine, and everybody else for providing input as well and giving your approval as we get ready to submit. So we'll be approving that later on in the business. Our annual report, we do have the annual report contents finalized in terms of the structure and how we will be reporting on all the great work that we've accomplished in FY 2025. So we'll send that out for the board's review. It's really just the meat and potatoes, and then we'll kick it over to Ignacio to help us pretty it all. Okay, moving on to staffing. Our team did host and engage in a staff strategy session where we were able to go over each program, appoint leads, and determine our different working group dates of as we focus on the program. So that was a very successful chairman, and also Dr. Dola and also vice chairman they were able to stop in and be part of that session. So it was well received, and we're looking forward to continuing our efforts. We also have our student interns onboarded, and we are continuing on for hiring of our remaining grant funded positions. We have one more intern position that I believe Mark, we talked about picking up under the TA since we have excess funding, and then also our outreach specialist will be picked up under that as we have excess funding to burn before or by the time this grant expires, which is by time. But we may still request for an extension on the TA to take us all the way to the end of the fiscal year. Plus, we're still waiting from NECD to let us know if we receive the TA 2025 grant, which will essentially be used to continue on the efforts under the technical assistance program. So that's about it for budget, our reporting and staffing. Moving on to as I'm starting to talk about the grant funded projects, the TA program is underway. The staff that is funded under that TA program, Mark and Joe, they facilitated a conservation planning training at 11 a.m. It was really good. It's really great, actually. I think we should blow that up and have it a much bigger presentation or workshop training opportunity for all of our applicable partners to understand and learn about the conservation planning process that NRCS uses, mirrored after NRCS.
Could that be something
conservation planning.
for farmers? I don't know.
Farmers can attend that.
It should, because
Just so they know
Remember
the
there-
process, right?
yeah, the training that Joe did was in the language of NRCS, the same way he trained Jera and some of these guys, right? And these farmers, again, with respect, right, they don't necessarily, they know the stuff, but they don't know the terms. So for example, if they were to say like, a specific type of erosion, right? They won't know that they could put that in their cons plan, that they could actually get contracted for, but they will say, oh, they do practices to do that. It's kind of like what I asked JB for support for, and he's still working, so, because,
We're localizing
Yeah.
this training.
you know, like stuff a lot of things you do, you can get so much different funding on these practices if you know the terms. So it's just the language.
So definitely a great training opportunity, especially for our new incoming conservation professionals. The next training is set for April 1st, and we'll be going out into the field and actually getting our boots on the ground, and learning about the different tools and collecting.
So
inventory.
it looks like the weather's changed for the dryer, so that might be fun.
Thank you. May it stay that way all the way until December. After the region meeting.
Maybe on the tools piece, though, they don't necessarily, farmer don't know how to do the tools, but
Yeah.
they can at least know the practices.
So good job on our committee and group moving that forward. For the NACD REPI grant, we are continuing on to work with our partners to support implementation of the Guahan Sentinel Landscapes partnership implementation plan. For our side, a couple of highlights to note that the portal design, so we are creating this online portal with the funding that we received has been completed. The steering committee has reviewed this portal and had many great things to say. It's like the first time that they've seen this type of tool, but they are really excited about the development and the resource it's going to provide for all of our partners and community members. So that's completed. From that design concept, we are now advancing to the GIS and mapping integration. So Jonelle, she will be supporting that phase of the project. And then we have also completed the branding concept. So we did recruit services to help the GSLP develop its branding, identity, logo, and whatnot. So we have completed that phase, and now the branding concepts are advancing to the steering committee for their review and approval. And then Nacho, of course, he's also helping with the GIS and branding with in that regard.
Quick question, just for my own knowledge is, like, see how they're doing the GIS, they're using ArcGIS, yeah? But do we have that for, like, meaning we have that in our, we purchases it, or is NRCS is ArcGIS and they're onboarded to do that through their system, or do we have that particular program for the district that they're doing these,
So
things?
for REPI, it's our council. Nacho just worked with the University of Guam to establish our own Southern District ArcGIS.
Oh, by the way, I forgot my, my map, my farm.
Oh,
Over in
give that to you.
Yeah.
We've been using it as a.
Oh, okay, thank you, yeah, cool.
But with regards to your other question, the TA grant, yes, all of our staff who are onboarded will have access to NRCS's ArcGIS.
Will that also be paired in that same way to get that?
It may, but it may not.
May not, right?
But we may be able to find layers that we both
Can use.
and reference, and that could be built in.
Sure.
Yeah. we
We
can
can
build
share.
that. As soon as it's identified as a need layer. Some things we're looking forward to with the rest of REPI is that we are preparing for an upcoming environmental compliance training, and that was one of our deliverables under our grant. And we are also starting the discussion to develop proposals for additional REPI funding. So we'll be getting with Rob Rule and Jen to map out what our next initiative and funding requests will look like. So hopefully we can have some Jen Nelligan time when we get to DC. And as always, as part of the implementation plan, we are encouraging different partners to pursue grant opportunities as they come. So our district was able to submit a NIF. We were invited to apply for the NIFWIF grant. The National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, they've asked us to submit our proposal focused on wildland fire resilience and capacity for Southern Guam. That's a lot. So we submitted that. Thank you, Dr. Dilla, for your help. We're trying to run it through our COG with the other REPI grant. So we'll have to wait and see, because they did. So Dr. Dilla, they did send an email. The grant funder is asking to change our organization back to Southern Guam. So I explained why we needed to be UOG, and although we're the lead organization, if UOG is going to be our fiscal management, they have to be recognized as.
What did they say after that?
Well, that was at 6 a.m. this morning, so we'll see. But if we had to, we'll have to just submit as Southern and figure it out later. But I did ask if we can change it to UOG later.
And can we look into some of that? Cause I know that we're RCOG, but I think, like just talking with Chris, right, on that last, you know, those guys got money in terms of the other program, and sometimes it can be a hurdle, right? I don't know, I'm speaking in terms of just like what I don't know, but, yeah, I mean, I know we use them a lot, we pay a fee, but in some of the things that we don't necessarily have to use them, I'd like to kind of explore some of that sometime too. So. Just
What
throwing it out
parts
there.
would you like to take on? The procurement, the HR, the insurance?
I don't know, writing it into our grant, the same, we have all this funding to do things we're doing, it's just, like, we're running through, like, in terms of having to go through them to do, like, those guys got their money direct, right, because they weren't going to our COG, in terms of the perimeter fencing, right? So, again, I mean, we can look further into it, I'm just saying, I'm willing to look further at times instead of just automatically going to our COG every time. Right? Just as something to look at.
Yeah.
That was all, that's my comment.
Yeah, I agree. I mean. Definitely COG helps with the hiring of our employees, which is critical, but yeah, I think that's always been the plan to kind of see how, if we can venture off and do our own brand management and hiring when we get to that point. Thank you. Okay, so the feral swine management program, first the fencing. Jared, did you want to provide an update to the board regarding our status of the feral swine perimeter fence?
Did you want me to get into the the cost stuff now? Cause there's another line item there in the agenda.
You could just provide the overview and that later on in the agenda, we'll be revisiting the pay structure. Proposal.
Yeah, so overview, we have finally finished all the environmental assessments, closing out that phase as of today.
Good job.
Yeah, this is a long time coming, but we're finally finished with that phase, and now it'll just be a matter of following up with Jay and making sure every single one of the assessments gets to the PIA specialist. So they, review, and then we get responses for every single one of those. And later on that's basically it for the overview, and later on in the meeting, we'll just, there's a proposal that I'd like to propose to the board regarding the cost structure.
So different than the last proposal you made the last meeting?
Yeah,
Because you
we
made a
had
proposal last time.
to,
That'll be
we had
kinda
to,
supported.
yeah, we had to change it based on some of the responses we were getting and the quotes that we received. And just to ensure that we're able to provide enough cost sharing based on the reality of the vendors costs for installing the fence here. We don't wanna, the initial proposal was too low, and it seemed like,
What do you mean by, I'm sorry, initial proposal was too low for who? You're the one designing the program, right?
the farmer would get too low, yeah, the cost award amount.
Yeah,
would
but
be
we
too low.
dictate how that program is gonna be run, right? We don't. I mean, cause I'm sorry, I'm saying we've done this already a few times before. And you brought this up last time in terms of this is the same topic. Now we're just adjusting each time. So let's figure out what the proposal is. We come up with the proposal. If a farmer says they don't like it because it's too low, then what do we do now? Keep on, I mean, I'm saying we gotta go with what we say, right?
Yes.
Well, when we initially set up I guess the floor, the ceiling, like whatever, the 13,000. Yeah, we had assumed based off of NRCS rates that would cover a significant amount.
Right, and we learned that last time. We did, trust me, I can repeat this stuff. So go ahead, I mean, I'm saying, just throw out the proposal and let's get it done with. What's the proposal?
Okay.
I'm saying we're not gonna keep going back and forth, it's either 13,000, then we say 14 and do the leftover, and then we change that, and so I'm saying. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be, I'm just saying we gotta get moving, we gotta go. Last time you had a proposal to change because of these amounts. So now we're doing it again.
I think the last time the cap was at 13K, so now we.
But then you
wanted to-
changed that, remember, you said, well, now we'll do 13K, but then because they're supplemental, we'll give every farm an extra 1,000.
Mhm.
So we changed that. Then at the last meeting, we had to take that back off the table. Because you said that we had to do something because of, we had to do the highest rate or the highest payment schedule. I mean, there's just been a lot of changes to basically how we're gonna pay out.
So what's the proposal right now?
Yeah, what's the proposal right now? And
I think, hold on, guys, let her talk.
Well, before we go into the proposal, I think that what has changed since then is like we had a meeting with Kanisha. And they said, we're gonna do, they don't want to force us to do NRCS rates.
That's what,
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry,
Dude.
that has changed, like, or they were saying, you have to follow NRCS rates.
we said this since day one. Sorry,
No,
guys, for
no,
the
I know.
frustration.
That.
We were also
Kanisha has-
frustrated
we-
with
Has flipped,
Tanisha as
turned
well.
page
Yeah,
and said, this is whatever Jay's okay with. She's okay with, and Jay's like, do whatever you want. So now we're gonna do whatever we want, what we can afford. Because the reality.
Sorry, you guys get my frustration here, right? This is,
No,
what's the proposal? Let's throw it out there and let's get it passed.
The
Let's
proposal
go.
is to increase the cap to 25K.
Okay,
Regardless of the woven or.
let's get it passed.
electric.
Let's get it passed.
But there are stipulations that we have, like there's a minimum of 500 or so, then there's a minimum linear feet that they have to. And that's gonna be a true either, is it 75,
Is-
25 cost share, because
Okay,
right now it's 10%. That the farmer, that we're gonna pay for with this grant. which
Okay,
is-
are all your farmers good with this? Is like all the people you've talked to, like they're thumbs up? I'm saying, let's just move,
This
let's
is the
pass
best,
it.
the best case scenario.
Let's
yeah,
go.
we haven't surveyed.
Sorry, I don't
so-
mean to,
No, we have, so that
We
was
need
the
to-
one, that was what we didn't kind of like discuss since the last month's meeting. Between last month and this month,
this is,
Tanisha did say. It seemed like she just changed her mind, so we were following the NRCS wage structure this whole time. And then we had our conference, explained our challenges. And as I reached out to her on WhatsApp and tried to confirm, we're gonna have a payment structure, we need your guidance.
man, we
She
really
said-
said this on month one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so now
Over
she's
here.
telling us, we don't need to follow the NRCS rates. And as you all remember, we've been trying to follow NRCS rates this whole time we've been discussing.
And then we fought those because of what was applicable to us here.
Mhm.
And then no, for like an entire, we went to Utah, we said exactly, I asked JB, I asked Jen Nelligan, right, like adjust for what we're trying to do here, and then we got it all down, we even approved it on their last meeting with the proposal you had,
Mhm.
shoot, let's go, and then now is another change,
Mhm.
so let's go,
Well,
let's,
okay, this. Now we're right here today.
and I'm
okay?
saying, let's move
And
it.
so I want Jara to say specifically what we wanna do. And then I want someone to make a motion to decide if we're gonna move forward. And that's it. Never mind the past, cause there's nothing that we can do about that. Let's move forward so that the farmers, and there's some of us here are part of that, can move forward too with what they wanna do on their farm. So let's just do that.
So that's what I'm saying, can you share what that proposal is, and let's.
Yeah, we can do that. Does a motion need to be made?
Well, we're
Because
going out of
striking
order.
the
for
agenda.
So do you want to?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, so how come she's going now?
Well, she's just giving.
No, but that's part of Erica's
That's the next
report.
All right,
Apologies, but yeah, we'll have.
Is it further down, right?
Further down.
Okay, so then we'll just hold
We'll
off.
just
Gotta
doing
have
a
a-
general update and then just mentioning that we'll go over the payment structure. But if
could have.
we
recorded
can
down.
just wait till we go through
Sorry.
the agenda, or do we,
No, we'll wait.
we'll wait, okay.
We'll wait.
Okay.
We're gonna
Yeah, we'll wait
move on.
till it gets to that subject. They're done.
Okay.
So Erica,
Yeah, so we are also moving forward with our other initiatives with regards to feral swine, including the community control and trapping capacity program. And we are continuing our partnership with APHIS still. For our Friends of NACD grant, project is underway. Our interns are taking that up with Joe and Mark. Outreach and implementation planning ongoing. So with the Pacific region meeting, it's going very, very well. We just had our NACD working group Saturday, in which the group has approved the theme as well as the logo concept. So we'll send additional information soon, but we're thinking of launching registration March 24th. So that is our goal. All right, we are also going through branding and communications change, so I'll send those concepts to the board for review and consensus. Summary, overall efforts this quarter have been focused on strengthening our systems, advancing our grant projects, and positioning the district for growth. Hence all that grant writing.
That's it.
That concludes my administrative report.
I believe they accept the.
There it is. Thank you. No, go ahead. I was just gonna ask for that. So second,
A second.
okay. Any other comments, inputs, or objections to Erica's report? Okay, so move. Thank you. Good job, Erica. Okay, let's move on to old business, right? Yes, Erica, the RCUOG MOA.
No action needed at this time, but as an update, this MOA was really to fund the outreach specialist is in kind, but we are finding that TA 2024 and other grant funding sources can help support this position. So we are moving right now to the interview phase of the position. So at this time, the MOA is still a work in progress, but not needed at this time. Dr. Dillard, do you have any questions on specific? Moving on.
Okay, thank you. The B would be FY 2025 annual report.
As mentioned earlier, the contents have been finalized. We'll send that to the board for review. And then we'll move to have it nicely formatted.
Okay,
No action.
okay,
See format.
and then the 2027 budget requests.
We're just ratifying the submission. So to approve the FY 2027 budget as submitted on March 2nd in the amount of $571,266.20.
Okay,
And I do that.
you want me to go over it, or it's been out, right?
It's been out.
Yeah. So we'll just make a motion to approve it. So are you guys good for a motion to approve the 2027 budget requests?
I think to approve the budget report.
Thank you.
A
Any
second.
second? Thank you, Martha. Any objections, any comments, anything? Okay, so moved. Thank you. I love it when good meetings. Okay. Now we're moving on to item number 7, new business. 2026 annual meeting trip report.
Mr. Chair, everyone has successfully signed off on their trip reports and provided their boarding and receipts. The trip report is provided for your review. There's, I believe, a copy floating around. Thank you, everyone. It was a great trip. We accomplished everything that we were going to accomplish. Does anybody have to do? So just for the record, we were able to accomplish 2 policy resolutions which were presented and passed. We successfully presented our 2 breakout sessions highlighting our conservation stewardship initiatives and invasive species initiative. We held 1 outreach booth, including engagement for pre-conference registration, board representation for Guam at the national level, executive board representation. We've received 3 national recognitions to include 2nd place of the NACD poster contest, Friends of NACD grant, and a 100% recognition as a dues paying member with the Northern District. One auction item donated in support of NACD's conservation programs, which, what was that, like triple the?
Yeah,
2200, right?
yeah, 2,200 for the silent auction one and about.
Oh, yeah,
The-
yours did
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, that one was about 250.
Our friends from
Yeah.
New
I
Orleans.
wrote it, I have it in our little thing, I put it down there, but
Like,
yeah.
we found our signature auction donation gift. They were
They
fighting.
went after that stuff,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Who eventually got the machete?
That's the acting, what do you call it?
CFO,
CFO, right? Yeah,
she took over Carla's
Yeah.
position, but she
in
worked
a
there.
volunteer position.
Oh, see Libby?
No.
Who took over?
What's her name?
Carla's?
Yeah, who took over?
I don't know her name.
Carla Maldonado, right?
Yeah, but she used to work for NACD as Carla's.
Oh.
Yeah, she
I like to go where
worked there
she's back.
before Carla, now she's
Then now
just
she's back.
covering right now.
And then she just beat up Jim Belier at the
Yeah.
auction.
Yeah,
Or-
hard to beat Jim Bernier, but always,
Did.
he
Okay,
always gets the beat.
oh yeah, the 2,200 for that one.
Well, Jim got wasn't it Jim that got our,
He did our,
our last year?
The-
bigger reward?
200
Yeah, the-
275 for the
And
silent auction.
before that, it was that night that I donated.
$2,475
So it's-
into with three.
Wow. Amazing.
They loved our stuff.
thing.
Okay, anything else on that, Erica? Good?
Mhm.
I just wanted to commend again our staffers that were with us that trip and that they
Yeah.
stepped up, and I was very
Yeah.
proud of them for first time to attend the conference and already participating in breakout sessions.
Yeah,
Good job.
outstanding job, even the table out there in the,
Oh, yeah, the vendor table.
yeah, vendor table was really great, everybody was, a lot of people were always going down there, checking in, right?
Mhm.
They called Dana Erica. It's just-
I know we're.
Yeah, she was there, yeah.
But yeah, good job, everybody, that was really,
Good teamwork, very.
yeah, all around, so. Thank you for that. Okay. So do we need a motion to accept the trip report, right, with the reimbursed expenses as authorized? Someone gonna make a motion?
Should I never submitted one?
I make a motion to accept the trip report and reimburse expenses as authorized for transportation and other applicable travel expenses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not too.
Any discussion on that? I'll put,
Um,
so moved,
So
thank you.
Thank you.
It's not too late.
Good job, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, B is trip to Washington
Oh, yeah.
for the land grant.
Okay, so Chairman Uggan was invited to attend by UOG, so his trip was funded by UOG. And I accompanied the delegation to provide support to our land grant institution. It was a great opportunity to engage with other land grant institutions. It was like NACD, but all university affiliated land grants. And also federal partners to discuss the national priorities related to research and capacity programs. So that was the big thing, was pushing capacity.
Interesting.
I think
So-
a key component of the trip,
I'll just,
yeah.
anyways. So, I don't know who here knows, what's his name, Jake?
Yeah,
Uh,
Jake Tibbetts, yeah.
So he actually was in
The chair,
was it
right?
The chair, and then so when he was doing his thing. And he was walking the room talking, and then he turns to us, he goes, what did he say, Erica, Mike, just so you know, we're coming to Guam next year.
Yeah.
And I thought he was joking, but it's for real, the next meeting is gonna be held on Guam in
Oh.
2027.
Wow.
He runs you guys remember he's the one in Tahoe when we did the auction, I won the silent auction and had remember I would wear the Wolfpack hat, and he's from Nevada, right? And he's the BLM something.
So when they come here, who's hosting that? It's
So,
just.
well, UOG will be the responsible, but I'm the carrot, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
And Rachel did see me, I had a meeting with Chelsea in her ear, she was like, oh yeah, Glenn, remember, 'cause I was telling you the carrot when she approached me about it. So she was, she wanted to bring more, that she said she can only do one.
And by the way, I was told, right, that I was the first appointed carrot from Guam
Yeah.
in like 20
Many
years.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause whatever happened in the past, I don't know. They had different carrots that time.
Carrots. You're just a baby carrot. That was a joke.
But it was good, it was a
It's
good,
very
great
exciting
meeting.
news.
Yeah. Something, a different angle from all the stuff that we've been doing.
Yeah.
And their organization is pretty well established too, and so it's really good. So they don't have their selection of when the different meetings. It's by rotation.
Okay.
So this thing is coming next year to Guam, and it may not be back here for,
Yeah, 'cause it has to be the
Generation.
whole
Yeah.
round again.
because it goes throughout the whole.
Well, that would be with Dr. Juan then, right? Or-
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay,
When-
But so cool.
Yeah, so the region meeting is in Hilo, so which I think you're
Going to,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Carry
That's
it.
coming up.
okay, awesome.
So it was a good thing, good learning experience, with getting to know Rachel was, pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good.
That's, she's our gang fan, so.
It was really good to just.
Yeah,
show
and
the
Barbara,
partnership.
Barbara's, works.
All right, so you need a motion for this one? Are we ready?
Yes, and travel, expenses.
I make that motion to accept the trip report and to reimburse expenses as authorized for transportation and other applicable travel
And a
expenses.
second.
Okay, any comments or inputs on that? No comments, no object. Okay, so move, thank you.
Exciting news.
Okay, moving on to C, 2026 NACD spring fly-in, March 25th, 2026.
We need to be there. We really, really need to be there, so.
I'm not going. I can't go. We got too much, but
Yep. But we gotta, I know, I'd like to, motion to send, at least one of our directors. I know we were looking, I was thinking of, Director Martha Tenorio. Being, I know we were looking at that for the next NGLI, and that's something that's gonna be our regular thing, and I know that the farm bill is coming up to the floor, I think, next month or so. And that's like a real big push to try to get people out there, so I wanna make that motion. For Director Martha Tenorio to, in a company with Erica Alvarez, she's got the whole mapping down packed and where to go, when, and all the scheduling, so it's always very successful when, I know the first couple times I did that, it was like really simple because Erica had that set up already, easily done and set up with the
yeah, the
meetings.
big
of
thing
different-
part of that is the different agencies that need
Yeah.
to be,
And if you don't get those things scheduled, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Those guys are really,
their schedule is
Yeah.
very tight. We have to.
so. Yeah,
Okay.
that's,
Sorry.
Glenn and Glenn, okay, anybody have any further input on that?
Just want to note that the schedule is full. While we will be there, we were able to lock in the meeting with Congressman Moylan. As
oh, he
well
will
as,
be there.
yes,
Oh, amen.
as well as Congresswoman
Kimberly
King
Kings.
with CNU. And then
And we're scheduled for the training on Friday.
we are scheduled for the virtual advocacy training this Friday to prep. And then also we have an anticipated meeting with NRCS,
NRCS.
Hans and Emily Pipes.
Yeah.
That's all in the works too now of confirmation, but kind of fill it up. And then
Okay.
meeting with Jen on our grants.
Any with the, no, not everything. I was thinking of Brooke, but
Yeah,
what's her name, Lacey? Their chief now, right?
Oh, Aubrey Betancourt.
Yeah, there, that one.
Yeah.
Brooke is the second one up.
I know.
Yeah, I went to the top.
You can get there.
Yeah, no.
yeah, this is
I
probably,
mean, if, I know they're very tied up, but if you can, right,
Yeah.
Aubrey Betancourt,
USDA building.
same building as, yeah, those guys, right? And also, no, I'm just joking.
okay,
There is
so without any other comments, objections or anything, so move, thank you,
Thank you.
good luck.
I'm hoping the weather is nice.
Should be getting hot.
I don't know, the
still
weather's
pretty
right,
nice.
really bad right now, actually back
Oh,
there,
no, where? Oh, Washington DC.
I think it's bad right now, like. So,
Layers.
yeah, okay, moving on, feral swine, community capacity program.
Okay, we were able to hash out what we have in the account for the capacity program with the use of pig brig trapping technology. So we are proposing to purchase the cameras
Mhm.
as well as 3 traps. So we were initially thinking of getting 6 traps, but at this time we will just order the additional 3. We'll have to check with the pig brig systems company if they will forward us the same discount when
We were
we're
there.
still buying. Yeah, they did offer us a bulk discount if we were buying 6, but we are right now just comfortable with getting the 3 traps. So we have about 18,000 in that feral swine account.
And the cameras?
The cameras, we will be getting 9 to replace the 6 current
Yeah.
traps. And then also the 3 additional for the
Okay.
So,
additional traps we will.
yeah, this is the same thing that we've been doing each year. However, this year we committed some of that to support with APHIS. But on these cameras that we've gotten, this is the second set of cameras that we've gotten. They've went down in a year. And so I know our tech over there, Ken communicated with Teddy, who runs his, but it's outside of the Northern District, the way that we started the whole program trained under Reppy. And they've upgraded their cameras for whatever reasons. I think maybe, I don't know, would it be Guam or whatnot that, you know, so there's supposedly a better, they do everything that the cameras we have now, but we're assuming that it's supposed to be a better camera. It's not too much more, but it is more money than it was those initial cameras. So they're basically updated. I don't know how many dollars more, but they were, if I'm not mistaken, I think around 20 or so dollars more per camera.
That's not bad for.
Yeah, it's not bad for an upgrade. So that's that wasn't what we had specified the last time we talked about this. So that's kind of why that's up there.
So how soon can those be acquired?
Well, we were thinking, at least the idea I had, if I can share that, is we wanted to try to purchase it through Amazon and have it sent to where the ladies will be in DC. And then that way they can carry it home.
Yeah,
Because we don't know if that could take up to 2 weeks, 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
And Ken right now is operating the cameras using trail cams, and he's
Yeah.
buying a lot of batteries out of.
No, we need it,
So
and then of
Yeah.
course it saves us money too, right?
it does. Oh, and then also the SIM cards that I've gotten for these cameras, this is the second set of SIM cards I've gotten for all our cameras. At least until we can get it onto our district. It's if we don't use data within another X amount of days, then they're all gonna go
Yeah.
basically cleared, and I have money on those actual accounts.
Yeah.
Personal, it's fine, but I'd like to try to get them as quick as possible so that we can get data onto those cards so that it doesn't clear out that account.
Right.
So, yeah, so that's kind of like the push, that's probably the quickest way to get it back. You need order it and get them here.
Are you gonna be on the time, the window for them to come back to do it, to install those?
It's tight. So what I'm gonna do is I have to call.
Could you give them the thing and then they could?
Oh, yeah,
Would
that
that
could
work?
be, yeah, we could try to have Ken. Oh, no, because it's gonna be on that network over
Outside
there.
there, yeah.
Yeah. What I could try to do is just call and ask if, say this, our devices have went down and don't lock the account, like, don't shut the accounts down. At least until we're getting new devices in, which should happen within a month. So if they can at least do that and not clear the
Yeah,
accounts out, then we won't have to get new SIM cards again. And these SIM cards are like $20 a SIM card for each camera, and that's like freaking 9, right? So, yeah. Anyhow,
okay, well, that's good.
I don't know if there's anything else I'm
Is that
missing.
the camera?
168.
Okay, yeah,
And order now, then we will.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I don't want to say incorrect information. It's more than $20 per camera.
oh,
Oh,
Sorry.
for the camera?
Yeah, they're a little more.
Because these are outside trail cameras that
Yeah.
are built and solar. So-
Yeah, so the other ones were outdoor as well, but for whatever reason, they're not lasting as long as we had hoped they were. But it's what like Buffalo did share with us a few years ago.
That's
when they
for,
cleaned us.
Yeah.
Texas is good, or, you know.
But
Yeah, our
Sam was using it when he trained us, you know, he didn't say any of this stuff, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones have housing on top.
Yeah.
you know, or who knows, it might be Ken, I'm just joking.
Okay, so we
I
need a
have moved
motion,
on me.
we need a motion on this program, Erica?
Yes.
What's the amount?
Our cap
Yeah.
is $18,000 under our feral swine account, so we'll just use that as our cap for traps and the needed supplies.
Yeah, well, we did remove, we were planning to do the 6,
Yeah.
because we wanted to do 2 villages.
So at least.
Oh, yeah, we
state
dropped
that part of
yeah,
six,
1.
6 traps,
I need
Three
trap
traps.
is
3 traps.
3 more traps, yep.
And
And,
then, how
nine-
many cameras? 9?
9 traps.
9, because we need the
Yeah.
3 for Interahon, the 3 for
Right.
Talafofo, and
Do
the
we
3
need more
for.
funding for the bait?
No, because I think the feral swine county has like 4,000, that was for the bait, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
correct?
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
so it should be
So 3
fine,
cameras, 9 cameras, 3 traps.
yeah, and whatever supplies is
And
needed,
whatever, and yeah, and
Yeah.
other miscellaneous supplies.
again, it's the same stuff that we've already. Have went over for the last year.
Yes, okay.
For who? And by the way, Ken already has a cooperator with Santa Rita's mayor's office, as well as the staff is already lined up and ready to go. Just need the equipment or the
for
hardware.
the motion,
I make a motion to approve the proposal for the feral swine community capacity program for the purchase of 9 cameras, additional 3 traps, and miscellaneous needed supplies with a cap of 18,000.
Second,
okay, thank you. Any other comments, inputs, or?
I don't know if this is the time to share, but I'm sharing on the other hat now that I'm wearing with the department. I know it may even pair, because I don't know how I want to make sure we're out there so we can all know and do it however together. But I know since our meeting out there with Rob Rule out there with Reppy, remember they said, I told them when I come back for DOAG, I'm want to do something other than the nursery and all that stuff, but so I've called a meeting with Patrick Keeler as well as Adrian Lorzell. We've met with Chelsea and also like their team right up at what is it, NAVFAC or whatever. And so we're already trying to put in to do a program that's going to expand this whole entire thing. And so I don't know how that falls in terms of what we're doing with this initiative as we move this forward, whether it changes or adds to it. But I know it's going to include slaughterhouse is probably that was the idea I was going forward with, because the funding basically is justified through habitat preservation. And so they were really on board with it. They're trying to put it together. But what different it would make for Guam as opposed to just doing a slaughterhouse was literally to get this trapping initiative in place with it because of the invasive species. So that's something that we're trying to work with on the department side. And I don't know how we're gonna connect it, but I just wanted to share it in this meeting that it may be, this program may be expanding a whole lot bigger. What that looks like as of today, I don't know, but I just wanted to share it with the district.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
well, right now, we'll just keep going forward.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
take things as it is, so, no objections, right?
Yeah.
So approved, thank you. Item E, this is the Forest Service, right? Oh, wait, no, that's,
There's,
Girls Fight Burger Defense.
the proposal.
oh, yeah, that's right, there you go.
Okay,
Good.
so,
It's yours.
just as a recap, previous guidance from NACD verified that we needed to use the NRCS rates. And you all have been following us in that discussion, for the last few months. And last month, when we did use the NRCS pay rate, we actually also used the highest rate that we can use. Funds were determined to be, not enough. As I presented at the conference, to install using contracted labor, and we wanted that to be an option for some farmers who didn't have access to their own labor. So we brought that up to NACD to request guidance to use our own payment schedule and present the realities of the cost of labor here. And as I was speaking with NACD, they said they would not be involved at this local level of implementation. Yeah, and that we should defer to our Guam District Conservationists.
Which
for
would be
this-
Jay.
Yes.
Okay.
So for guidance on this type of, implementation phase for the cost structure. After getting that guidance from NACD, we did have a meeting with Jay. our district conservationist, 2 to 3 weeks ago. Where he did advise us, and I presented the realities of our cost of installing a fence here in Guam, which he was also very shocked. And so he said, based on you guys' research, and you have already been gathering so much information, current information, he said that we should use our own payment structure, and it only makes sense. And as you can imagine, for months and months, we've been trying to implement our grant in a way that follows the grant requirements, because that's very important in terms of implementation. But now we're frustrated, so we're getting this news late in the game that we could have done our own cost payment structure.
From the get-go.
And we asked this on.
But,
We had that
okay, so,
Sorry for my frustration, guys. I'm not frustrated. I'm just saying, we
It's
asked this
frustrating.
since day one. We're talking meeting number 1 over a year ago.
Yeah.
So that's why.
So I have correspondence via WhatsApp. Maybe, I don't know, that's something that we can take a look at. I don't know.
Just as long as we have in writing that they're okay, that we don't use NRP.
Yeah,
If it's
definitely.
written in the grant, that this is a requirement,
It was never,
then, okay,
so
so,
it's just something they threw on
Okay.
top later.
So that's why when we had Joe Takaro on board, he was saying, Glenn, look at it. It doesn't specify. So then we wanted to follow up and make sure on our very first meeting with them online. And then they said, oh, no, you have to do this. Oh, no, you have to do. So then we were like, man, but it doesn't necessarily explicitly show that.
yeah.
So then when they said you still have to do this stuff, then we had more meetings down the line. And I mean, that's why I'm really
okay,
shaking my head. So, yeah. So
go ahead, Jared, finish up.
At least that's good news.
yeah, go ahead, Charlie.
So this is the context of, so everybody knows the context of this proposal, just as a reminder. And so as after we met with Jay, he basically said, you guys have done your research, and I've been working with him as I sit at NRCS every day on the information I gather. And he also said, this is really important information to bring up at the national level to see what the real costs are of installing a fence here in Guam. Yeah, so that is it. So since that meeting, the Feral Swine Subcommittee has discussed what our ideal proposal would be. And this is our updated proposal based on new information on the general electric fence.
General electric fence.
Yeah, so the woven wire, this would be based on the woven wire.
Oh, cool.
Proof. And we have new information on the overall electric fence cost. So the proposal is that for those that want to install 585 linear feet of fence, that would be kind of the magic number that would cover a 75%, more or less 75% of the cost that we have done our research and received quotes on. So the intention of the project was supposed to be a 90-10 cost share, but based on our budget, we were able to look to cover 75% based on the number of farmers and our budget.
Wait, so that would mean now it's gonna be a 75-25 cost share?
Yeah. 75-25.
Yeah,
Based on our budget,
Contractor.
the contractor, yeah.
Well, what if the farmer doesn't, or the recipient, or what if the individual doesn't use a contractor?
Then they still get that much. And it's at their decision if
Okay,
they want to use a contractor or not. And if they don't use a contractor, then that's.
so you're saying if
up to
they
them.
use a contractor, what would be, how would that look?
So if they use a contractor, then they would be able to cover 75% of that contracted labor costs and materials.
And
At
where would the-
585 linear feet of.
And where would the 25% go?
That would have to be out of pocket. So this is a cost share program, 90-10 is the intention of the
Yeah.
grant.
But the 10 was also gonna be, if, and if I could be wrong, I'm asking you guys, was the 10% was gonna be absorbed still by our district anyway, correct?
No, the
No,
10%
it was never going to be?
That was the farmer's responsibility.
Yeah, but didn't you guys, sorry, again, maybe I could have had this wrong, but didn't you guys have that built into that 13,000 that was gonna be, the recipient was gonna get? Meaning what I was saying was, if, for example, farmer X qualified for the entire 13,000, that farmer wasn't gonna receive the 13,000 and then pay 1,300 after that. Correct?
is this your question about like the designing of the grant?
No, I'm saying literally how much the farmer was gonna get. The farmer would get your number was 13,000, I'll stay with that. So if the
Yeah,
farmer got the
grant number.
13,000, I was assuming that the way you guys had it built in was the cost share would have already been covered within that 13,000. Meaning that 10% was already gonna be covered, so they would be getting X amount, but the money that they were gonna pay out of their pocket would have been within that.
No,
Okay, so let me give this scenario. So if the farmer got $13,000 for the fence that they're gonna put down on the line, they'll pay for all of that, so, and then they would have to pay 1,300 somewhere for that 10%?
Yeah, either in their own.
labor.
Yeah, and so that would be like an in-kind or something like that, or,
Yeah.
but let's say they don't do in-kind in their own.
Yeah,
Saying, how would they otherwise pay that cost share back or to the
through
district?
purchasing materials, through shipping.
So that's what I meant by built in.
Yeah,
That's what I when it's built in,
Okay, yeah,
Right?
no, I get it, yeah.
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 So now they're gonna do 25% it's gonna
Yeah.
be say, so
It's gonna be
75-25 is not
75.
gonna really be in effect then. Cause it's
So,
gonna come through the materials, yes or no? What I'm trying to say is I don't wanna go to a farmer, they're gonna fund 75% to the contractor, they're gonna have to pay 25% somewhere.
Oh.
We're still gonna say it's built in somewhere through the funding of their materials or their in-kind when they do their own labor.
yeah,
Okay,
it's part of the materials or the
Yeah.
transportation costs or.
got it. So it's,
It's part of the.
that's my definition of built in.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Thank you.
so yes. Um, so the first option, would be for farmers that install 585 of linear feet of fence, and now the linear feet may change slightly, but we found that number to be a good number for us to cover 75% of that, of the total cost of a fence at 585 linear feet. If you go beyond that, then the farmer might have to pay more out of pocket. So, that's just kind of a number to keep in mind.
And that's outside of that, right?
Minimum they have to install.
Right,
that
right,
500.
right,
mhm.
right.
And if
I'm
they
on the
go
same.
beyond, then they might have to pay more out of pocket.
That's-
But 585 is like the safe number, for us to cover at least, around 75%, when we do the contract awarding. And then, at no more than $21,500. So the cap would be 21,500. So we would calculate that by using a $44 per linear feet rate. And second, if the farmer would like to install more than 585 linear feet of fence, like I said, they would need to pay more out-of-pocket expenses. And if they stay within the 585, they will receive an award at a cost share of about 75%, which is what I said. Or they can install their current size. Or, sorry, I didn't mention the less than 585. So if the farmer has less than 585 linear feet of fence, which we do have a handful of farmers, that will cost less than 21,500, our cap. And their award will be calculated at 75% of whatever projected cost of their fences.
Or $44.
Yes, or 40, it's the same $44 per linear feet. Of fence. So all we're saying there is that, these smaller fences can go less than 21,500. Just because there's lesser linear feet, and we're calculating it at $44 per linear feet. So that is either or on or around 585 linear feet, less than 585 linear feet, or more than 585 linear feet. More than 585 would have increased out-of-pocket expenses. And then as far as,
We'll see.
So sorry, well, if we can run this thing our own show now, our own way, right? Why don't we just have a flat rate and say, boom, this is what we're gonna pay you based on this what linear feet you have?
Well, that's what we decided on the 44.
Mhm.
We could change it if you have a different number, we would just have to adjust the number to fit the budget.
Sure, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Yes, sir.
finish, go ahead. Cause this,
So the
those
last one
75,
is
25, I'm just
basically-
thinking,
for electric fence, we're finding that it's gonna be around the same cost as the woven wire, which is the new information that I received. We don't have final quotes for that, but it's looking like the same as woven wire, so $44 per linear feet or 75% of the total cost. No more than 21,500. So similar to what I just said, it's like woven wire and electric will be treated the same way because the contractor is determining the final cost to be very similar. And which is very different from the NRCS rates. The NRCS rates is $5 per linear feet for electric and $20 per linear feet for woven wire. So it's, you can see that the research does not, the reality does not really fit the NRCS rate structure.
Well, it fits because the electric fence people are not gonna have that much protection compared to the woven wire. So I would try to make sure that the electric fence people are gonna get more. Because they're not gonna have the protection a woven wire farmer would have. So I wanted to, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you added your, or with respect to how you did your numbers, I don't know, I would like to make sure that the electric fence farmer would get more money per se, or more of a bang for his or her buck, because I mean, let's just say, electric fence farmer has X amount of coverage compared to a woven wire farmer, but I don't know, you guys worked immensely hard on it, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can also propose and then we can.
No, I think you guys, know what you're doing. I think let's move it through, because let's go. I'm supporting whatever you got. I think we just need to get it on the ground.
Yeah,
in
so
respect
this
to
is
what you
the
guys
final, like, we have the opportunity to do our own rate structure. We got the confirmation, so that's why we had to do a reproposal. And I know it's frustrating for all of us, me too. But this is we've increased the rates, we've increased the caps, and it seems more fair this way.
I'll sit after, because so that I can understand, but yeah, go ahead and finish through. I don't want to keep on.
So lastly, little notes, what's not included in these cost projections are additional clearing if that's needed. So those were not included in the final projections.
And it's always been said that that's the responsibility.
Yeah, that's gonna be the responsibility of the farmer, right? Or the
Yeah.
recipient.
We've tried to include shipping as best as we can, which was the plan, but it's not that possible. But we've made it so that we'll try and, like in the presentation I mentioned, we'll group the farmers, as we award them, we'll award them in groups. So it's possible for them to ship in the woven wire together to reduce their shipping costs.
Would that really?
Make a difference?
Make a difference or not, I mean.
According to the contractor, who is also experienced in shipping supplies in.
Well, how about somebody that's not going with the contractor?
Well, then they have to figure it out.
That's my question.
So,
No, not the contractor, so,
So I'm
we're
saying-
just, consulting with him because
Right.
he also ships in
Right,
materials.
so-
So with his experience, he said that it would make a big difference if like groups of 5 farmers would come in and ship in their woven wire rolls all in one
right, so
pallet, not container. So the container
pallet.
might not be,
by pallet,
yeah, so it has to be by pallet.
okay.
That would be the most.
Would that include T-posts? Would that
So,
include,
so he's found the vendors, for T-posts and all those to be from Guam. So
okay,
they
but
can actually
but
start.
that would in essence also be whoever that contractor saying where to get it from,
Mhm.
correct? Okay, cause yeah, there's other people that may
Yeah,
have
see,
vendors that they know
so,
of that.
and anyways, there is a transportation reimbursement program too.
Yeah, RTCP.
Yeah, so the transportation reimbursement program, just to note, and I looked into that too.
And
if
Aileen
the
did
farm-
state, she confirmed that
and
they,
if the farmer group shipment, they're not gonna be able to avail of
Yeah.
this.
oh, so they
Yeah.
said it though on their, okay,
Yeah.
remember they
Because
did, we presented
um,
that.
You can't do that, it's like, if we bulked it for everybody, they kinda.
Yeah, yeah.
They have to choose what is best for them and they can't claim both.
Yeah, yeah,
So, cause it's hard to determine how much if you're grouping all the costs together with farmers.
Yeah.
Cause you need to
It wasn't set up that way anyway. Yeah.
So shipping is not included, transportation of materials to the site, so when it's shipped in and then, anybody who has to,
Ground delivery.
yeah, to their farm, which can be remote. Those costs were not factored into this quote either. So to wrap up, the final cost is $517 and $709 and $709.15. $517,709.15. The original budget for stipends was $488,922. So as you know, that's less than what the cost of this proposal is.
517.
We need additional funds of 28,787. And my proposal is to take from the budget category for field staff under the feral swine program, which is 31,000. To cover that additional cost needed for stipends.
From the next upcoming one, gosh, guys. Yeah, the next upcoming feral swine budget.
No, we have allocated 31,000 for additional field staff to help me. But we can just take that money and give it to the farmers for stipends.
Otherwise, we can ask Kanisha for what you need.
Well,
28,000.
It's not a lot of money. Plus, depending on what discussions we have with the North, we might have an influx of more fence money possibly, but. Yeah, no, I'm fine, like you haven't had the help anyway, so.
I don't need help. I'm a
We
machine.
just need our outreach specialist. Anyways, so, yeah, but I feel like, are those accurate estimation? Because some farmers, you said that there's a handful that's gonna be receiving less than 25 because if they're the new feet. So
Yes.
there's still kind of that.
Yeah.
They're still,
Yeah, there's still some wiggle room, as the most important thing is that farmers already submitted, because they've already submitted I've already collected information for the environmental assessment. As long as they don't go beyond what was approved on the area that was surveyed, it should be fine.
Well, they absolutely can't go beyond, they can always shrink, but.
They can shrink, but they
not
can't
allowed
go
to fix.
Well, the way you did the points too, if I'm not mistaken, at least the ones I went on, was you did them out the entire border, that at least from the fencing, so as long as they put it inside of it is.
Yeah, so if they wanna change their design, they cannot change it to be larger than
Right,
the
right, right.
original plot of
Well, I don't
land.
think you actually can, because some of those are actually the border of their.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we would have to technically resubmit again for environmental assessment,
yeah.
and we don't wanna do
The
that.
plan was, that's why we planned to do it that way.
So they can go smaller, and if they go smaller because they see the cost and they want the 75% rather than paying more out of pocket, then we'll technically have more money at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a good recommendation is first, let's start getting with the producers, letting them know what they're gonna be funded for now that we've approved the rate, and then before we start moving things.
Now, on that rate that you did with the whole, because a lot of those maps that were done, right, was basically the parcel maps that was already submitted, or the ones that had, right, already on file, right, from FSA, right?
No, we had
So-
to get new farm and tract numbers established.
Okay, but the points that you did, right, for example, like on certain points that you went out on, like I know that some were like saying, oh, we'll put it on this lot, but then their design was never created yet. So therefore, they didn't know technically how big their actual fence would be when you did the assessment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we could submit, so what I've done with those is I just submit the entire perimeter boundary.
Right, so you're saying what I'm saying?
The overestimate.
Correct. So now what happens now with the overestimation, with the numbers that you came up with, when we have a lot less fencing?
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a lot of
Some
money
them
left in
are
the grant?
accurate, and then there's some that was overestimate, so.
Shucks, I know the ones that I did when Joe trained me it was the entire map, so there's gonna be like far smaller.
Mhm.
So I don't know, I'm just
No, yeah, you're
assuming
right.
that there's gonna be a lot of
Like
people.
some plots of land are just acres and acres.
Yeah, but their
um,
fencing is probably just gonna be.
very small.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those ones where there's an extreme difference,
Mm-hmm,
I try to just make it close to what they actually want to fence, so it's not a huge discrepancy.
so and I'm assuming these numbers, you went off those numbers that you have.
Which one?
Like, for example, let's say you look at a farm lot in Talapofo might be, for example, like 2-3 acres.
Mhm.
But when you actually go onto that farm, the actual gate, the actual fence is gonna be like less than 1.
Mhm.
So like, let's say if you have that for one farmer, then you have that for like, let's say another 5 more farmers.
Yeah, so.
And now
there
you're
could be a
looking at
point.
like 4 or 5 acres worth of fencing that these numbers were calculated
Yeah.
on, which means there's gonna be a lot leftover money, right?
Some of the GPS points that we collected allowed me to get as accurate as.
Correct,
possible,
correct.
yeah.
We're saying the same thing. I'm not talking about the ones that are as accurate. I'm talking the ones that are not.
So like, again, like a 5 acre plot,
Yeah.
but they only have a 1 acre fence.
Yeah.
Right,
But you're-
but what's on your plot is 5 acres.
Yeah, but what she calculated for the fence is a 1 acre fence
Mhm.
on hers.
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, the linear feet of the fence.
Fence, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the section 106 and 7 were only conducted for that area of affected.
Yes, yeah, and yeah, for
See, and I'm
some of
saying,
them,
I'm
we've
saying the
got,
ones that I went on, I didn't do that. And I only did like, what, 4, I think? But I'm saying I did it on the entire plot that FSA had.
mm,
So that way later on, when farmer whoever is gonna now say, oh, this is where I want my fence. I know it's not gonna be the perimeter of what we did. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not
Yeah.
making sense. Yeah,
that makes sense.
so,
Okay, sorry, Sharon, didn't we go back to those and go to the farmer and ask like how much is your fence actually gonna? Need?
yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah,
We backtracked.
it's not an imaginary,
Okay.
estimate.
Cause I know a couple farmers that they don't have that answer.
Which one, what answer?
It's gonna be tough.
Okay, you guys,
Yeah.
gotta move on, so the motion, somebody.
Whoa, whoa,
make the
What's the
motion
motion?
To accept Jared's proposal as far as, for the committee, right, from the committee.
Sure, I'll make the motion to move forward with the way that. The adjustment of the way we're gonna pay out the recipients of this grant for perimeter fencing.
I second that.
Can you get me with me after?
Comment?
Should it, maybe director will make the motion
Like,
to
yeah,
recuse.
no, because
Not
it's
you,
not,
then.
yeah, I'm not on,
You're not.
I'm not a recipient,
Oh.
yep,
Well, I thought you were an applicant.
I'm not an applicant.
Your wife is.
My wife's an applicant, but I'm not,
Still the same thing.
is it? Oh,
You're
okay.
financially tied together.
Okay,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, just to be
Well,
safe.
that definitely wasn't presented when the program was out there, so
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
reason why she specifically was the farmer that was the one, cause she's bona fide
Right.
without me.
Right.
And it's her lot, it's not my name tied to that lot,
Yeah.
so,
Are you financially tied together?
but that's not what was presented within the,
I
what,
can approve it.
yeah, that's not what was presented when this program came out, but hey, just to be safe, right?
Yeah.
Right,
We
I
don't want
will,
anyone to question
sure,
it.
I will recuse myself, but next time we should present that when we have the
Yeah.
program.
Yes.
So make a
Cause that's what I
motion.
asked in the very
Okay.
beginning,
I made,
everything changes on this grant.
you were the second, so go ahead and I'll second yours.
I don't remember what it, I make the motion to approve the proposal as presented by Jara. And what
From the committee.
from the committee.
I just have one question, because you wanted to move funding. Do we need to approve the funding moving from the field work?
It's the most exciting grant we've ever
We need to
had.
approve
Well,
that?
it's
That's part of the
Okay.
proposal.
Yeah.
I second.
Okay.
Okay, any comments beyond that?
But I make the
No
motion.
comments, no objection or nothing, right?
No.
So moved, thank you for all the input. Good job, Sarah, Erica, Glenn.
Yeah, let's get it off the ground.
It's like we
I'm
feel
with
like
you.
we're looking at the finish line and then
It is
just
always
moves
farther.
It's moving.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. It's so fun.
Thank
It's a
you.
long,
I wanted to
long
make the
time
motion
coming.
because I'm the most critical, so that way I can show.
Yeah, I know.
support.
I knew that's why you
Maybe
were putting it. That's
objective
why I said it's okay.
Okay,
Thank you, thank you.
moving on to number 8, right?
Yes, collaborative.
Collateral boards and committees served. Pacific Region meeting.
Well, I touched on the region update
Yeah.
earlier, so I'd like to give the floor to Johnny and Day to provide the board updates on stewardship and education.
And just to interject real fast, welcome Savannah from Northern Guam. She's in our meeting. Hi, Savvy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
All right, sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to acknowledge her presence.
Go ahead.
For stewardship week, we do have some events aligned, but we will need, their approval. So first on the calendar is April 17th is a Friday. That will be our proclamation signing at the governor's office in the large conference room at 10:30 a.m. And then we do have some PSAs and, Nacho is assisting the team with that. He'll be sending some invites out.
So Ken is one of them. We'll be sending some invites to Ken and Chairman. We're going to record you, hopefully if you accept. Pretty much just interviewing you on our topic, soil, where it all begins. And we will be in communication with KUAM with that release. And then Monday, April 27th, that will be a conservation weaving workshop with Director Martha at the Chamorro Village G3 Makerspace. That will begin at 5 p.m.
What was that? Sorry?
Weaving it.
Oh, the,
Yes.
And before that was.
go ahead.
And then for Wednesday, April 29, we're looking at having the local working group at the new Dr. Lucio Tan building.
Nice.
So that will be a new venue, not Crown Plaza.
Where?
It's the
The
new,
new
The street
Dr.
side over.
Yeah.
They're not charging us, right?
Yeah, no. So, that's why we kind of
Did you
tried
like
to
that move?
venture
Yeah.
is so we won't have to look at any cost side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll hold our next board meeting over there.
I know.
it's really nice.
Oh, I'm excited to see it.
Like, let's use the new building.
Yeah.
And
But
then.
that's on Wednesday.
Yes,
Okay.
April 29th. That will begin at 10 a.m. But further coordination will be, done on that. So with the Stewardship Conservation Gala, that will be on Saturday, May 2nd. So we do have two options, which is Nico. America and I did a site visit yesterday. And then our other option on our more affordable side is Leo Palace, which is more centralized for our guests.
More salad, and then, I mean, and then we still have to use it, but as an
Yes,
option, but
What's that?
we're looking at Leo or Nico.
There.
And then Beast is also the third, as
Or which one?
for the gala.
Oh, the
Have
gala.
you been to, Leo Palace, though?
We have a site visit scheduled for
Friday.
Friday. We
So-
haven't, but they've upgraded.
Yes.
We do
That's nice.
Yeah.
the
See, I didn't
banquet
do it.
packages if you'd like to see. And we do have a budget as well as for guests for our events. It's looking pretty pricey, but more affordable this year if we do go with Leo Palace.
That's a good change.
Yeah, let's go.
So quickly, this is Johnny and I's budget. How are you plans? Oh, no.
Go ahead. I saw
Oh, you saw this?
Yeah, it's also in your email.
Out of what?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to look at it.
So we're looking at just the gala itself, including the venue, logistics, entertainment and photography and decoration and awards. We're looking at roughly 12,000. Last year was 15, almost 16,000 at Dusatani, including.
Well, that's it, that's good.
So are
We're
we
going down
looking-
instead of up.
We're trying to go on the more affordable side. Yes.
So Leo Palace?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's good.
And then for entertainment, are you guys okay with the same vendor as last time?
Now we'll see, what's his name?
Team
is?
Castro.
Yeah, he was a funny MC too, right?
We'll go ahead and I think for those days, we can refer to committee if that's okay until we kind of hash out the proposals.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, Johnny and I's budget is there just for. And then. I think that's it for now.
That's it.
Okay.
Same
Okay.
day.
My
And-
turn.
There's Johnny.
Yes. Okay. Um, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So with Gex, a few updates. Our agenda is mostly finalized as of now. We just got confirmation for one of our final speakers on Monday. As of now, we are still waiting for just one person to confirm. And that person is actually our technical advisor, but I will catch him the next time that I see him. I know that he's having some personal things to attend to at this moment. So Hallie will be designing the program and agenda. That was the little booklet that we had last year. I don't know, for those of you who attended the Farmer Focus, she was the one that designed their agenda, their program for that. So I'm gonna have Hallie work on that. The other biggest update is our PD course, the professional development course that we are doing with through Global Learning and Engagement over at UOG. Unfortunately, there was a directive that came down from the provost to not take any PD courses, to not approve any of them. So instead of offering graduate credits, we will be offering continuing education units or CEUs, which is going to up the price that teachers will have to pay. So with the graduate credits, it would be 3 graduate credits for $60. But with the CEUs, they cost more. So it's going to be double. It's going to be $120 for 4 CEUs. However, I did look into it. Director Martha had brought up that there are ways to have teachers get their certification just through logging hours. So I did talk with the Guam Commission for Education Certification over at the School of Education there, and they said all we would really need to do is have that certificate that shows that they attended the event for this many hours, and then they can approve it for them over at GCEC. There are a few stipulations there. They have to have a certain level um, for the teacher that they are. So I think there's like beginner, initial, so on and so forth. So they have to be at the initial stage, is what they are saying.
Also,
Specifically for our Chamorro teachers.
so if they're like teacher two, teacher three, they cannot.
I don't know. Did they?
So, yeah, Johnny, so
Yes.
if they're already like a teacher two, teacher three or whatnot, or even teacher four, they'll not be afforded that ability to get the credit? If I understood that correctly, I just
Yes.
wasn't sure.
Okay. I'm not sure if that is transferable to what GCEC is doing. I have to check their file, because the titles that they have was like beginner, initial, I think professional, something like that. But I can check
Professional.
if that's interchangeable, like just interchangeable terms. So you were
Okay.
saying teacher 1, 2, 3, something like that?
Well, no, yeah, so it depends on the teacher that they are, so that there
Right.
is your beginner intermediate, like the big, that,
Yeah.
that are not yet at that stage, so.
Right.
But you know, there is the professional and then
Yeah.
there's the, where like they're professional two, professional three,
Right.
things like that, as they level up in terms of credits and their degrees as they move up. Cause it
Okay.
affects their pay, so typically
Yes.
your fully certified teachers are professional educators already and on up. So if they're professional educators already on up, then it's, I don't know if you're saying that they're not gonna be able to be afforded that, a bit, that opportunity.
Mhm.
So maybe just to follow up and just make sure that,
Yes.
yeah.
Clarify
I
that.
think I need to double check it, but I think for that specifically, um, the stipulation is, I think, for Chamorro teachers specifically, is what they were saying. But I
Oh,
can
sure.
double check on that.
Okay.
Yes.
And we have science teachers that are attending more than any
Yeah.
other
Mhm.
subjects.
Yeah.
So we wanna make sure they get the credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Have you looked into GCC's continuing education and workforce development?
We did not. No.
Because they offer continuing education units, and I'm not sure what the rate is right now, but
Mhm.
you can essentially create your own program within GCC and provide the teacher, so this can be something that happens annually. So I would recommend you talk to the assistant director over at GCC and just see what they can do for your for guests.
Okay, will do. I can look into that.
Thank you.
Okay. So with the change, we did already, reach out to some of our teachers. So we did say that we were offering those graduate credits. So now we're gonna have to reach out to them again. I think next week, I'll work with Hallie and we'll contact all of the teachers that we had contacted, which would be last year's participants for GEX, and then those who expressed interest via the Service Learning Summit in January. And then there were 6 folks who already filled out the form. for Gex. So we're gonna reach out to them as well just to inform them, this has changed. Unfortunately, we are offering CEUs instead at this price, but there is the alternative to get your hours certified with our certificates. So that is covered. The next thing is I was speaking with Janelle from CIS, and we are going to partner with them to get this information out also via their newsletter in April. So they're going to be doing a push. So Janelle asked me to send something over by Friday, which I'll just be sending her some of the stuff we've already prepared. Okay. And I think that is about it, unless I'm forgetting something. Anything else to add, Director Martha or Erica?
I think you got it.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Oh.
I can't have any.
One more thing too, the EDA program. So we brought it up before just to give a refresher for the directors. The EDA program is essentially our way of ensuring that these teachers are getting a little bit more out of GEX. So we are offering them $500 per teacher to start their projects that they are doing these proposals for. So the real idea is that GEX is not just something that the teachers come to for a week to get out of the classroom. They are doing work, and that work is going to lead into getting money for their projects, for their schools.
Provided they keep their end of, by
Right.
providing their deliverables to us, yeah.
Right. And I'm working on sort of like the process and protocol for that. What it's going to look like, who's going to be reviewing them, if we're going to offer up sort of like a revision, like, how do you say this? Like portion, like timeline for if we feel like the teachers need to work on their proposal a little bit more. So I'm going to be working on that, and I should have something for the Stewardship and Education Committee by next week. So the total for that, we are budgeting for you'll see it in the budget as well. We're budgeting for the 20 teachers, so 500 each would be 10,000. And that is all.
Exciting.
Thanks, Johnny.
Okay.
Good luck with that. $50.
Have also one more question. Or we still want to do the stewardship, the anti-Angie scholarship award, which would be budgeted as 5,000, but we can pull that from our grant, our TA grant.
Yeah, I mean, if we have the budget, I'm gonna support it. It's scholarship for people there.
Yeah,
The anti-Angie scholarship is still good. Okay, so
but we didn't wanna create that and just see, right?
And when
Well, is it always gonna be anti-Angie? Like, I thought it was the Southern Guam
That's a good
Water
point.
Conservation District
Yeah,
scholarship, but we did it in honor of anti-Angie just for but if you want to forever do it anti-Angie.
No,
I actually did think it was gonna be like named after her, but like the Dr. Sanchez, these, but I didn't know.
well,
I'm not all.
I
for
like
it.
what that said.
Like, that means we have to have anti-Angie come every.
Yeah, or not, I mean, it doesn't.
My own-
Take a while.
Is I would like to revisit how they qualify for that,
correct.
because last year it was, they wrote the essay and everything, but then after that, like,
We
what
kind
do
of
we,
want a project.
I wanna see something,
That came out of it.
yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, every time we spend money, we need to have a
Like-
result.
Like what? yeah.
Or we do it the other way around, like they have to do certain things, and if they did that, then they qualify to even get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I
Meaning
just,
they
I
did-
wanna see more
I
results.
agree, that was my concern.
So you can't really call it a scholarship
Yeah.
if you're gonna ask them to do something afterwards. If you want that.
No, I'm not
more like
talking,
a-
but I wanna just see like, what did they do with the money? I don't know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, accountability, I don't know,
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, but most students,
Yeah.
like when they get a scholarship, they'll pay for, they'll
Like
use the
books
money
and
for whatever.
something.
Oh, they don't have to use the
Yeah.
books, they'll blow it on a
but
trip or something.
so that's
Oh,
why I
but
was
that's what I
saying,
mean,
like,
like-
that's why I say maybe the prerequisite could be more so like certain things you gotta be able to do to qualify for it. Like, you know, like they'll have like GPA
Yeah.
4.0 or
Yeah.
something.
You're doing it before you get.
Yes,
them.
because that's essentially typically when a scholarship's done, they have, like, these are the people that qualify for it. I mean, they have put in, meaning they've at least kept their grades up and then,
Yeah.
you know, that's why you're afforded this, you know. So maybe we don't have to make
Yeah,
ours a
that's what
GPA,
I
but
mean.
maybe they do something in conservation
Yeah.
or something that they're related to,
Yeah.
you know, to the field of
Yeah,
southern
and then-
soil.
Volunteer.
And then that's how they got awarded.
That's how they get the recipient, yeah.
Well, the essay included,
Yeah.
like, you know,
That,
what you did for conservation.
Yeah.
or-
Got some input over here.
In some scholarships, they will require like a video, log or an approved activity or event that they've helped organize or a part of that. That could be part of it.
was that, Eric, was that before or after?
These have been in scholarships in the.
No, like when they get receive the
Prior to-
scholarship.
Did they,
Prior-
is that?
Oh, prior, see, I see, same
Yeah,
thing, yes,
yeah,
the same thing we're saying.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You already won. By
Yeah.
selecting the person who
Yeah.
approved it.
Some,
Right?
How many
And then
recipients do
later-
we have left?
We had two, right?
Two, so 2,500.
We had two winners, right?
we have, yeah.
Was it four?
Four altogether. 'Cause we
So
had
there's two to this and two to that,
From Cenis, so.
two from all the university, yeah.
I had an idea for a scholarship to have like, you know, lesser, low income people just to get started into conservation and farming. Like, how do we get new,
Every student's
Students.
low income.
what was that?
Every student is already in the low income.
Unless we define what low income is a definition to us. as-
I don't.
Or just,
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean, it doesn't have to be a full on,
But
you know.
what you mean is how you
self-study. I mean,
use
it
the
could just be
scholarship
like
as a way to
number that
entice
we determine.
Yeah.
students to
Like,
get
we don't have to
into.
call it low income, we could just say, we look up the median, whatever, average, whatever cost or, you know, income there is on Guam, and then we can make that, if we're creating it.
maybe not
I don't
low
think you're asking
income.
for like.
If
financial
everyone,
information.
I don't realize.
No,
everyone
no,
was low
no,
income.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, in terms of, well, when they have to apply for school and stuff like that, and if they're in the financial aid or whatever, that's already within that system, right? And there's numbers that are there,
Yeah, but I don't think we have access to their.
yeah,
their map,
you're right, we probably
Yeah.
don't, we don't have that.
Okay,
That-
maybe
that's
not
gonna take a
low
lot of
income,
work, though.
but
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
getting,
That's, yeah, the
I like
access.
the idea of
Groups.
instead of just an essay to provide a video or some sort of,
Yeah.
you know, to show them, to show us.
Yeah, no, that would be part of the.
But after that, and then that's, then they don't have to do anything after that. I just wanna know like the right person.
Or again, like, it doesn't have to be a
Yeah.
scholarship. You
Yeah.
guys wanna do this like as an internship, a sponsored internship? You know, 5K can be one person for. 3 or 4 months, part-time. You can have the anti-Angie intern.
Yeah, no, I like the scholarship thing, I like the scholarship thing.
yeah, scholarships, okay.
I love that.
All right, you guys can decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
All
Dula.
right, Glenn, thank you, man.
Drive safely.
Drive safe.
I'll see you later.
We'll find you. Okay. But in the meanwhile, are we supposed to make an emotion then to approve the budget now or?
Well, we already have our budget
Okay.
within, and I'd like the committee to take a consider.
Okay.
So, but we're pretty much covered for our.
Okay.
Then,
So there's nothing,
we
just a report then on that.
That would have all been within our budget approval, right, that we did earlier?
Yes, and there are some
Yes.
activities that can be covered under the grant, so I just wanna make sure I kind of map that out. So I'll need to take a look at the budget and see what activities are covered by our grants, and then what would be covered under our.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Thanks, Ari.
You, but yeah, I think that was the scholarship I wanted to make sure. Thanks, Johnny, and thanks, Dave. He's been doing great, and thanks, Ignacio, as well, who's been supporting. Our education and stewardship program. Yeah, I think we gotta go into executive session, but I know Maddie has an update on the active district registry, just kind of currently where we're at and the number of people we plan to approve this. executive session.
So we're in executive session?
Yeah.
Sorry, I did, yeah,
It's just one.
I probably blocked them into.
It'll be fast.
Even.
I would fix it out too. I just don't want these floating around and just,
Yeah.
I'll take them back when they're due.
I saw it
also
online.
emailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just saw that on my email. Okay. So is there anything else before we go? Yeah, it's the same.
Yes.
The same, but I kind of want to get an idea from the board on what you think a realistic goal is in terms of our active district registry. We have 103. We should strive to register like 8 more people, I feel, like, what's our goal, so we can ensure that we're working towards that.
I'd like to be able to see if we can find some way to cross-reference our southern district with the departments.
You work
Farmers, and then make it, within the, at least within 10% of what they have for southern farmers. And I know I've been trying to work with that, from our side.
So I know our TA grant, we indicated 180. So
180.
if we can accomplish 180 members by end of fiscal year, that would be great.
Okay.
But the vetting process is still, we're doing good, right?
Yeah.
Bonafide farm, all those things, right?
Yes. Yeah, site visit and then, we're filling out the applications, we have their contact info, site visit. And if they do have their modified farm certificate, we get that information, we put in the file.
Okay,
Verify land ownership or.
okay, so we're going into executive
Yes.
Yeah.
thing, okay, you
So-
guys, you know,
So move to
Can-
approve
You got it.
I move that we move into executive session at this time. I second.
and date
Oh.
pause the.
yeah, oh, okay, well,
Or the audio. exec. And we're recording.
Hi,
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
No. Aren't you gonna do the,
Well, come out of executive session first.
Oh.
I second that.
Okay,
Okay.
and now I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept our into our district registry, C Loben as a new active member to be inserted into our
District
active
registry.
district registry.
I second that.
okay, no objection? None, so moved, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I
Congrats.
move that we adjourn this meeting.
I second.
Okay, meeting adjourned, thank you guys.
Thank you.